The first mistake that people do actually is not doing the math. I hope you watched the lesson about the 10 steps to craft your info service. And in one of that step, I mentioned actually the mistake of the math. People don't do math before starting to sell something, to prepare a product or service and starting to sell. Because I don't know why, it's the main thing you need to do in order to be profitable. If you don't do the math, how can you beat the numbers? Okay, so today I want to talk about this. Most of people probably don't have a back data, or they have they made some mistake, they are not profitable, or they are facing with low margins of profit from their revenue and income. So in this video, I'm going to show you, in this lesson actually, I'm going to show you how to do the right math of the business, the game of math. So let's start. First of all, we need to start from the end. Okay, so price. We need to start from the price. Example, you are selling, I will use euros because I'm European and I feel comfortable to use euros. You are selling at 1,000 euros. Okay, let's suppose this. 1,000 euros. Maybe it's a course, maybe it's a pack of consulting, it's a 3 months program, one-to-one, everything. Okay, we have the price. So we need to understand that what I do actually is suppose that we have a critical mass and we have a percentage of conversion. So the other thing is 1,000, perfect, conversion rate, CR, is 1%. Okay, every 100 persons, 100 leads, you get a buyer. This is the conversion rate, an average of a conversion rate. It can be, especially in info business or in B2B business services, the conversion rate is higher than 1%, but I like to assume actually 1% as a, how can I say, like empiric, okay, formula to understand better. And of course, I'm going here in a negative way because the conversion rate needs to be higher. Maybe, okay, if you are in the e-commerce industry, it's another stuff. I don't teach e-commerce for how many consulting sessions I did for the e-commerce. Actually, I ran e-commerce, I did affiliate marketing for e-commerce, etc. But this lessons is not for the e-commerce industry. For the info business industry, so you're selling information, the conversion rate needs to be, for my experience, actually don't needs. For my experience is higher. We are around 3, 5, also in some cases 10%. Okay, but we want to think in a negative way, in the worst scenario ever. So we have the conversion rate, which is 1%. Perfect. So we are assuming that we acquired a critical mass of 100 lead. So we have buyer 1, which is this actually, that bought for 1,000. So with a simple calculation, we can have a KPI, a start KPI guideline to how much I can spend maximum for a lead to go in break-even point. So we have 100, okay, and we have 1,000. We just need to do 1,000 divided 100. We have 10 euros. We can spend, so the CPL maximum that we can spend in order to be in break-even at a 1% conversion rate selling 1,000 is 10 euros. But now we have some datas, okay? And we can play actually with the numbers. What I mean? I mean that we have... No, I will do this, okay. No, let's go in a white paper. We have, so, the price, which is 1,000, okay. We have the CPL, which is 10 euros maximum, the conversion rate, which is 1%, and nothing more, right? No, we have the number of leads. Leads, 100, okay? Imagine we can play with these numbers. If we, and this is helpful also not only to understand how much is the maximum price of that I can afford, the maximum cost that I can afford in order to go in break-even point. So in this case, if we paying with ads 10 euros per lead to acquire 100 leads, of course, it means that we spent 1,000. We, of course, we have one buyer at 1,000. This is zero profit. Okay, this is the break-even point. Perfect, perfect. But if we play with numbers, for example, we just need to have a 2% of conversion rate. That's changed the situation because automatically we can spend a maximum of 20 euros per lead. Okay? And if we're gonna spend 20 euros per lead, of course, we have buyers, in this case, 2 for 2,000. Okay, but if we have 2% conversion rate and we keep the price to 10 euros, we are automatically in profit of 1,000. Okay, so it's just a game based on numbers. If you have this KPI guideline at first, before you starting, you can understand if you're doing good or bad. And also, it will help you actually to understand also the price of your service, at what price you're selling your service. Maybe you can assume that if I had, for example, a price, not 1,000, but 1.5 with 1% conversion rate, 1% conversion rate, we can be profitable of 500 euros in this case. Okay, so in order also to understand if the market have a certain cost, okay, because the market, maybe you are in the financial market or maybe you are in the fitness market, okay, these are two completely different markets. One is the financial market is expensive most of the time, and the fitness market is cheaper, so it's more affordable to get leads at, for example, 50 cents, 1 euro. I see people getting leads at 50 cents in the fitness market or in the psychology market and stuff like that. And you can play with the numbers here with the price, okay? And play with the conversion rate. You need to do the math before starting your business. At least this basic calculation will help you a lot to have a guideline and understand how much you can spend in order to at least go to the break-even point.